Hey, what's up, YouTube? So I just saw The Hobbit, and I have to say it was amazing. Um, but there was a couple things that I didn't like. But first of all, I want to talk about the things that I did like. Um, but before that, I want to talk to the people who are going to see it expecting to see something that is the same as The Lord of the Rings. If you're going to see it with expectations of The Lord of the Rings, you're going to be let down because it's not the same story at all. Um, that is, if you haven't read the books. Um, so, I mean, there are parts of it that, I guess have to do with the Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship, and in a way, you can take the Fellowship of the Ring and kind of intertwine it with the Hobbit, and they do kind of have similarities. However, it's a completely different story, and so you have to take that into perspective when you go and see it. If you go and see it, which I really hope you do. You should go see it. Um, First thing I loved was Martin Freeman as Bilbo. He was fantastic. He really pulled off the part of like that guy who kind of doesn't want to be there, but at the same time he's super loyal to the people that he's going to be with for a long period of time. So um, I thought that he was fantastic. The second person that I really wanted to mention was Richard Armitage. I think that's how you pronounce his last name, who is Thorin. Uh, he was absolutely wonderful. He played badass amazingly, as well as someone who has a heart. So that was fantastic, and that was good to see. So on to the things that I didn't like, and here's where there's a couple spoilers. Uh, so in the story of The Hobbit, there's a couple things, or in the movie, there's a couple things that they added in order to keep the movie going, I guess, in order to keep things not confusing or less confusing. They added this part where Galadriel, Elrond, and Gandalf and Saruman are meeting to discuss um, the blade. And as that actually did happen in the book, it's not very mentioned. And they took like this huge part of the movie and like stuck it in there. Um, and like Saruman isn't mentioned at all in the book. Elrond, or not Elrond, Galadriel isn't mentioned at all in the book, and so I thought that was kind of, I don't know. I guess I didn't hate it, but it was just not. It wasn't in the book. So, and Azog, who is the pale um, orc, I couldn't look at him in the whole movie. And I know he's going to be in the second movie and the third movie. And I couldn't look at him without thinking you're the main character of God of War. I just like, I couldn't, it was really frustrating because it was like taking the God of War character and plopping him into The Hobbit. And it was really frustrating. Um, the guy who plays Gollum, Andy Serkis, was absolutely amazing. There was so many hints of his expressions in Gollum's part, even though it was so small. Um, that part was fantastic, and that's probably going to be my favorite part in the whole movie. So when you go see it, that's my favorite part, the part with Gollum, because Gollum's my favorite character. Anyways, I give it 5 out of 5 stars. So yeah, go and see the movie. Comment below with what you thought and all that jazz. Peace and love, dirt parts, all that jazz.